I do want to get into the nitty gritty here of your reporting, and you uncovered a disparity over how vacant space was treated in the Trump Tower. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. So if you look at the Trump Organization's property tax appeals, you can see that they said that there was about 234,000 square feet in the commercial section of Trump Tower. If you then look at the lending documents, those say that there's about 244,000 square feet. So there's a slight discrepancy there, which is interesting. But perhaps more interesting is the fact that in the tax documents, it says that a significant percentage of that building is vacant. So it could be 10%, 11%, 15%, 20%, depending on the year, is vacant. If you then go over to the lending documents, it says that almost nothing is vacant, that there's 99% occupancy one year, 99% occupancy another year. And so you've got this situation where when talking to the tax authorities, the Trump Organization is saying, hey, there's a big hole in this building that we haven't filled. When talking to their lenders, they're saying this building is packed to the brim.
Talking to Forbes reporters about Trump and his taxes over the past year, a word that has come up is that he's creative. He's extremely creative with his taxes. Is this a case of being creative with some vacant space, or is this purely illegal?
These are lies. Saying that somebody is being creative is itself sometimes a creative way of kind of hedging your bets. If you look at the Trump Organization's behavior and the number of inconsistencies over the years, it's impossible to conclude that these are anything but lies. We have them in their documents saying that there is a certain amount of square footage in one place and a different amount of square footage in another place and a different amount of square footage in a different place. It's also consistent with other previous lies that we've seen. Not only were they lying, it seems, about the space at the bottom of Trump Tower, but we know that they were lying about the size of the space in the penthouse of Trump Tower. That's one that they've already admitted to. So I wouldn't give them too much credit here. It's not that creative to say that your building is a different size than it is. It's just a lie.
You're saying it's a lie in no uncertain terms. I want to quote you from your reporting. You said there is no doubt that Donald Trump is behind all this. How are you certain of that?
Well, if you look at the documents, for example, on one of his statements, well, on most of his statements of financial condition, but one of the ones that we're focused on here, it says explicitly that these valuations were the creation of Donald Trump in working with his associates and other partners. If you look at the documents, he has signed documents in his own hand saying what the square footage is of certain parts of this building. And then in other instances, the Trump Organization is submitting different information. If you listen to his own voice, he's spoken to Forbes and has said numbers that are wildly different than not only what the original documents say, but even that are more aggressive than what the puffed up documents say. And so not all of these things can be true at once. And he clearly is participating in this ruse to convince everybody that his properties are more valuable than they actually are.